Hello and welcome to the second episode of the Spotlight Spin with me, Etwanam Kumashi. Today, the personality I have, we know him for something, but at the latter part of last year, we saw him sort of divert into other areas like politics. We would ask him questions on that and some interesting fun facts about his life. Today, I have the influential KalyJay. Hello, welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you very much.
Before I even ask anything, everyone knows KalyJay or Jai Jimmy. We don't know your actual name. What is your actual name?
It's Joshua Boydo.
So the KalyJay is from where?
Back from senior high school.
Okay.
So I was part of the drama club.
Okay.
I needed like a stage name, so I took Kali from Kali Boss and the J from
Kali from Kali Boss and then the J from Joshua. So you and Kali Boss are like cool?
Not really.
Not really?
Yeah.
Does he know this?
We are not friends and we are not enemies. We just exist.
Exists. Okay. But we know you Twitter influencer, big time Twitter influencer. There are people who want to blow. They have their personality, they have the aura, they have the charisma, but it's not working. How did you blow like that? How did you blow on X?
I believe mine has like, it's more about consistency and I was different from others. And I found my space because a lot of people actually want to make it on Twitter, but it's not only about Twitter. There are other platforms where you can try it and you can be successful there. So with me, it was more of consistency and the ability to adapt. So I'm able to adapt and able to speak on various topics when it comes to sports, entertainment, social issues, politics. I'm almost everywhere. So yeah.
And now you are really big influencer. What would you say, is the biggest problem when it comes to the influencing industry here in Ghana? Like, do you think there's something wrong with that industry?
I believe there's a lot wrong and it needs to be structured well.
Okay.
Which so far I think it hasn't really been structured well. Agencies and marketers usually take advantage of some influencers. Some influencers also take advantage of the agencies and all that. I believe it has to go hand in hand. People have to be, and there has to be like a sort of like a code of conduct so that I can keep people in check and bring respect to their job because it's a new industry and it's now growing up and a lot of people are now getting used to it. So I think it has to be structured properly, but so far so good. Even though it has a lot of lapses in there.
You are very hard with your tweets. There are some of your tweets that I've seen and I've got, KalyJay, has there ever been a tweet you've put out there and then you were like, oh no, I shouldn't have tweeted this. I shouldn't have put this out there. Has there ever been one like that?
Not really. Anytime I tweet based on how I'm feeling at the particular moment.
Okay.
So I don't think I tweet and be like, nah, I shouldn't have tweeted it. I always think too before I tweet, even though I sometimes, there are some tweets I think about for like days and it will just be in my head and when I just take up my phone, I just start going. And the others too that I can just tweet it in the moment. And I believe anything I tweet is a reflection of how I feel at a particular moment. So I really don't regret it.
Has someone ever sent you a DM on Twitter and you've gone, hey, where is this coming from? Like a strange DM from a fan, maybe?
Oh, I get strange DMs all the time. It's silly.
Yeah. None is really outstanding for you. Maybe one particular one you remember.
No, they are always strange ones.
They are always strange ones. So when you see them, what do you do?
Sometimes I react, but usually the early days I used to reply a lot to my DMs, but now my DMs are really, really packed. So it's quite difficult for me to reply to most of the messages.
Okay. So Twitter said we'll still come back to the whole influencing thing, but you went into politics or you have gone into politics. Last year, you were advocating for NDC. When Mahama met the press, there were people who said your questions were scripted. Were they scripted?
No, I wasn't scripted. Because I remember I was given an invite to come for the town hall meeting with influencers. Other influencers were invited and we all went. And before, I think I received the invite a week before. So I was just thinking of, because it was like a once not lifetime opportunity to actually make a statement. So I made a tweet even before that. Even though I had the invite, I didn't announce it that I have an invite. So I made a tweet that if you are supposed to meet the president, what are some questions you ask? And a lot of people were, I am asking lots of questions. So I think I looked at the predominant ones and then I selected a few and restructured it into my own ways. And I sent it out there.
Okay. That party won. Will you say now confidently on air that you are a full-fledged member of NDC?
I won't say I'm a full-fledged member, but I think in recent times I've been attracted to the party. I think most of the ideologies and policies and the way they are moving is actually very attractive at the moment, which I appreciate and I'm happy to align myself with. Because you can see me there, they're holding the flag, the party flag, and the party shirt and all that. I think 2 years ago, if you asked me if I would have made that stand like last year, I would have said no, because I was even though I was more active on the political scene and it was more of like activism and trying to put the government on their toes. But in the election year, I think things took a bit of a turn when I eventually had to align with the NDC, because I realized it was how should I say, um, um, a once in a lifetime opportunity to do that. And I did that because I believe in their policies and I think the 24-hour economy, because if you've been following my tweets from 2020, 2019, 2021, I've been advocating for employment, especially. So, because anytime I do polls and ask random questions, it's more about job creation. Today I've received like 20 people telling me that they need jobs and all that. And so you can imagine in a week and in a month. So I realized that that's like one of the major problems in the country. Now I look at the policies of other political parties and I realize that um 24 economy makes sense because it reduces the unemployment ratio by a distance. So I was happy to align with it. Before the elections too, I hosted a number of politicians on my platform. I had Nana Kwame Bediako, I had Honorable Alan Tramanting and President people from the NDC as well. So I read through all their policies, I read through all the manifestos, and I believe the NDCs stood out. And also I looked at the personal and then the track record. So
But Cheda is young.
yeah, but obviously voting for Cheddar or Alan Chamantin I felt it wasn't really going to go far, because it's just splitting the vote for the NDC. So, because I've said it on my platform that one of the presidential candidates that I actually liked his policies were Alan Chamantin, because he was he had very, very good policies, and he was very influential when it came to the one district, one factory. I think he was the brainchild behind it. So it was a project to help with and reduce unemployment. So, but I believe that he wasn't going to win. So
Okay.
there was
But
no
if
point.
he had stood on behalf of the New Patriotic Party, would you have been torn on who to vote for?
No, I
You
would
would have still voted for
the
him.
NDC. Yeah, because the country was mismanaged, and I believe it was time for the NPP to go back home and sit and refresh and re-strategize and come. Personally, I actually want them to come back stronger
Okay.
and work hard in opposition, because that's the only way the democracy can work.
When they work hard in
Yeah,
opposition.
because it puts the government on their toes. It makes the government work. In the end, it's the citizens that benefit. If the opposition is putting the government on their toes, it makes the citizens work better.
Okay.
And I believe NPP works better in opposition too. So
You believe MPP works better in opposition?
yeah.
So this government, if they tend to misbehave, maybe as time goes on, would you be able to still criticize them?
We have already started. So
You've already started. What have you been criticizing so
I think some of the remarks by some of the appointees were really unfortunate. With the street light issue, for instance, I've also been advocating on it on Twitter. Those who follow me see it. For the Galamsey issue too, I think we need drastic measures. It shouldn't be just dragging the issues. So yeah, I've been
at them.
yeah, because I believe it even goes in the favor of the NDC, because if they're able to listen to the youth right from the very beginning, in the long run, if they're able to solve these problems, even by 4 years, like in the third year, we will know that they are going to win the next election. So it goes in their favor. So it's better I criticize them now than wait and try to patch and all that. So it doesn't really work.
I like that you mentioned Galamsey, the whole stop the Galamsey, hashtag stop Galamsey, hashtag free and fix the country. I saw you were spearheading the demonstration and stuff like that. Would you say it had an impact? Did it do something?
For it had an impact. I believe it had an impact on the elections.
Okay.
But for it being a solution and being resolved, I believe it had little impact because by now we should have like military men surrounding the Galamsey site and all that. I believe, because personally, from what the videos we saw last year, it's very, very scary. And once the water bodies are destroyed, it doesn't matter if it's MPP or NDC or CPP, everybody gets affected. So with that, I believe the government has to like take really drastic measures to curb it. I think the head for the Environmental Protection Agency, she has been doing a very good job going around their sites and all that. But I believe we need to do like it has to be drastic. It has to be drastic. So for the demonstration, and the demonstration to the Stop Galamsey was, I think, twofold. It was the Stop Galamsey and Free the Citizens. For the citizens, the charges have been dropped.
Okay.
So I think it's good news. But for the Galamsey, I think we really have there's still more work to be done.
Okay.
But also with the demonstration, I believe it brought a lot of light to the issue. A lot of people are now aware of the dangers of Galamsey and why we should fight for cleaner water. So I think it's good in that way.
Politics and social stuff aside, are you seeing someone? Are you dating? Are you getting married anytime soon?
Oh,
You're not getting married anytime soon, but are you seeing someone?
I'm not seeing anyone.
Oh, so people should know that you're available.
I'm not available.
You're not seeing someone and you're not available. Why?
I'm not structuring my life, so I don't want distractions.
Women are distractions.
At a point.
At a point,
Yeah.
they are distractions. What will we be doing? What will we do to distract you?
Oh, I mean, women, you even be, because there are days where I have like stressful days. I just need my space to think, and you're thinking, I'll be like, am I the problem? Like,
Do you still love me?
I'll be like, I just want to be at peace. Like, I'm not ready for that drama.
So none of it. Your top 3 Ghanaian artists. Who would you say are your top 3 Ghanaian artists?
At the moment, Black Sheriff.
Okay.
And King Promise is doing well, and Medical. In no particular order, actually.
So Black Sheriff, King Promise, and Medical.
Yeah.
No Sack, no Stoneboy, no Shatter in between.
I think they are OGs. I can't rank them with the current. Sack is a legend. Shatawale, I'm listening to his favorite, his latest song. I think Rolls Royce, the part 2. It's currently my favorite song. And I think I saw videos this morning of Stoneboy doing like a world tour. I think they are all doing like great. Right? If you come to my playlist right now, these are like the people I listen to at the moment. So, but for them, they are OGs. I can't really rank them. And
you call yourself an agenda boy, and that you're a chef. You cook. What kind of agenda do you cook?
I cook agenda, and I cook based on what my followers need.
Okay.
Yeah. So most of the things I tweet or say it's in favor of them. Yeah. If I'm preaching for good street lights, it's because I've seen people complain about it. If I'm fighting for Galamsey, I've seen people complain. If I'm fighting for fixing the country, I've seen people complain about it. Stop Galamsey, free the citizens, or everything I do when it comes to the social side is because I listen to what they say. Most of them have complaints. I think last week I've called out the National Service a couple of times on Twitter to address some of the issues, because you come online, you find some of them complaining. The National Service said they've paid, but some people haven't received their funds, and I call them out all the time to make sure that, because obviously, yeah, the right things are done. So basically, I make sure I just try to be like the mouthpiece for them. Yeah.
Are you problematic because you've had beefs with some people in the industry? So would you say that, you're a problem? Does beef help your side? What is it really with the beefing with, who I'm talking about and all that?
I always say this, that if I'm beefing someone, what am I gaining from it? And it has nothing to me, my brand. And just as he said, someone will see me fighting or dragging someone or going back and forth with someone to and be like, are you like trouble? But that's not the case. Most of the times it's actually me defending myself.
Okay.
Rather than me going at someone. And I feel like that's what people haven't noticed. Because there are times like people come at me all the time on Twitter. I mean, it can go on for weeks, months, I ignore. But the fact that I ignore doesn't mean I've not seen it. You get it? So I have screenshots, I bookmark them, and when enough is enough, I just go all out. And what if I'm going all out? I don't go like for in pieces.
Full.
I just go all out. And I know that I'm done. So
Okay.
if I'm done, I'm done. Then I just move on to the next space. So it's usually me responding to critics, not me going after people. Because even if people follow my trend of tweets,
Okay.
I think even last year, I barely gave out my opinions on subjects. It was me posting screenshots of and reposting from the media houses what is happening, what is trending. Because I believe me giving my opinion, it kind of dilutes how people reason. You get it? So I'll just post, sometimes I'll post the headline there and the link without me saying anything, without any caption, just for you to read it and reason and know your stance for yourself.
So you're not problematic?
No.
What would be your advice to influencers that are up and coming, people that want to be like you? Because you've already said there was a uniqueness about you. You just try to know everything, and that's how you are, the way you are. What do you think they should take note of if someone wants to be an influencer, up and coming influencer, social media, something, celebrity and all that?
Okay. Me personally, I think I didn't plan on becoming an influencer. I just happened along the line and I took advantage of it. It's more about you being consistent. Because there are people that will be like, I have my own followers. I'll be like, yeah, so be consistent. They'll be like, I don't know what to tweet. And it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
But there's always something to say every time. And I think ever since I started being on Twitter since 2018, 2019 till 2025, I haven't gone a day without tweeting.
Okay, so it's consistency.
Yes, that's like one.
Consistency.
Yeah. And to be different.
Bitter.
Even if you want to, there are a lot of things you can always talk about. If you are a scientist, there's always something you can talk about. If you are good in maths, there's always something to talk about. If you are good in econs, history, medicine, there are various topics, sports, entertainment. Just pick one field and master it, and then get a bit of idea of everything around. And I think you are good to go.
Favorite food? What can you eat Monday to Sunday?
Monday to Sunday, fufu.
Fufu. Okay, so it's fufu for you. And then finally, who would you say has been that celebrity or important personality that has contributed to your journey? Like someone who is already popular, a celeb who has been really impactful in your journey.
I can't mention one person, but quite a number of people have helped my success.
Okay.
Nanava, KalyJay, a lot of people, Black Sherry, Stoneboy, Medical, Shatawale too. I mean, the list goes on and on. Like, a lot of people have contributed to my success. And yeah, I think.
Okay. So this is the little teeny bit of KalyJay, Joseph or
Joshua
rather, Buel Naughty.
Oh, yeah.
What does Joshua mean?
Joshua means salvation.
Salvation. Are you sure that is what Joshua means? I thought it says another word for Jesus.
Yeah, so in Hebrew it's spelled, I think, Yeshua or something.
Yes.
Yeah, but it also means salvation. And because Jesus is also our Lord and Savior. So yeah.
What's your next biggest project we should be looking out for in 2025?
Okay, so last year I started doing the live streams on Twitter. Yeah. I think I had 800,000 viewers on election day.
Wow.
And on New Year I had like around 450,000 viewers. So this year I've been doing quite a number of streams, but it's going to be different from the previous ones. It's going to be quite different. I have the idea, the blueprint in my head.
Okay.
Also, I'll be doing more of events as well, because a lot of people haven't seen that side of me. I've been doing events with my friends for some years now, but I'm always at the back. This year I'm trying to be a bit more forward, yeah. And I'm working on a studio space too. So
wow. Okay, we'll watch out for that. We'll be there.
Yeah.
Thank you, KalyJay. So this has been the second episode of the Spotlight Spin with the influential KalyJay. We hope that you got your questions answered. Until we meet again, please enjoy the rest of your day.